All right, to find dealership settings, you'll go up to your initials in the top right-hand screen, click them. A couple options down, you'll see dealership settings. If you don't, this means you do not have the correct user permissions in your dealership, and you should go find your system admin and let them know you're needing access to dealership settings where they can then decide and configure as needed. To access dealership settings, you'll go ahead and click that option, and it'll land us on the general information page for settings. Now, a lot of the information that is in dealership settings was most likely configured during your implementation, so there shouldn't be a lot to do if you're viewing this video today, but this is a good thing to know when it comes to some of the other options that you can configure as you scale with DX1 and find out more ways to use the tools within your business, or simply make updates. So on the general information page, you'll see some components here. This is where your logo was linked to your store for things like printed invoices and whatnot. You can update your logo here by deleting and uploading a new image if you need. You'll see the legal information related to your business. It can be set here, in particular your time zones. And your city and zip code are really important because it can have tax implications depending on your state and local entity. So make sure to understand that. You can also add information for where people can find you on phone numbers and sales phone numbers and things that can link to different stuff throughout DX1. We also have a number of toggles here that you can configure for your store. Not everybody does business the same way. So maybe you want to require a customer email each invoice or for each customer that's set up. We have a receipt type window that can pop open or not at the end of each invoice. Some people have direct printing set up, so when an invoice is completed, it goes straight to the printer. So there's necessarily no need to see that option at the end of every invoice. You can decide whether you want to show additional details on parts invoices when you create kits. A kit is a grouping of parts that you can give a master item number to or description, and this helps you decide whether for your business you want to show your customer just the kit number or you'd like to show the details of the things that make up the kit. We also have an option for a customer's garage. This is where customers can go to your website, log in via a secured link, and see copies of invoices that they have with your business. You can also decide for both these next toggles whether you want to hide or show part numbers when you're printing on parts or service invoices. Now, these are dealership default settings. So the components where these exist, that's what this is following. If you want to hide the part numbers every time on every part invoice for work estimates and parts, turn them on. But I do want to mention many of these settings have some options when you're actually doing the task. For example, in that receipt type window, you can toggle one at a time, even though it's on as default. If you want to happen to show just this invoice, the part numbers, or yeah, I do want to show the additional details on this type of part invoice. So there are options for those few times that you need to go against the grain, if you will, of your dealership setting. This next one is a really big feature, especially when it comes to keeping your pages clean, loading fast, easy to find data. This is a smart voiding tool. And what this does is allow you to configure our system to auto clean up invoices that have been put on hold. And you can see each department, parts, service, and sales, has work estimates and repair orders, or a quote and a deal, or a quote and an invoice when it comes to parts. And so what this tool allows you to do is tell it which types of invoices you'd like it to auto clean up nightly after they've been sitting basically on hold for X number of days. And you can see you can set those per quotes or just deals. Maybe quotes I want auto deleted after 30 days, no questions asked, because in my store, if it's a deal, we've taken a payment or there's just no reason to auto void it. So again, not all dealerships are great at understanding these tools. Some users come and go and they can create data messes. And so this is a great way to let our system help you maintain some of this information. You can also see you can set your dealership and your service hours here, and this can impact how your information is displayed on your website to your customers. So not a ton of options here on the general information page. Again, much of this has probably been configured for you, but this is a good start if you need to update general information related to the dealership name, some configurations about how things show on invoices, and your store and service hours. It's always good when you make a change to a system to click save. And then after you click save, it's always good to come down and do an application reset. And it's important to remember that when changes are made through the system to be applied to other users who are actively using the system during the day, you would have to go to them and ask them to do an application reset as well to see the changes you just made.